what we need to do now is to get the reference to these models and also the contact form. So we go to the db.js and we go to create a constant, and this is equal to document.querySelector, and the form is under the div of add contact, so we can use .add contact form, and then we go to the db.js and we create a constant add contact model is equal to document.querySelector. And then if we go to the index, we can see the ID is add contact models. So we back to the db.js and give a hashtag add contact models. Then we use contact form.add event listeners, and then we want to listen the submit event. And the first thing is we need to prevent the default actions, since the default actions of a form when submit is to refresh the page, and which we don't want to do so. So we need to type event.prevent default, and then we construct an object which represents a new contact. So we create a constant contact, and these have three different properties, which is name, phone, and the favorite. And since we have the contact form here, and the contact form has the name, phone, so we can use this to get the values. So we back to the db.js and we can get the name by using contact form .name.values, and phone is contact form.phone.value, and we initialize the favorite is false. So now we can use the db.collection and then contacts and then .add. We add the contact and then .then. After we add the contact, there are two things we want to do, and the first is we reset the form, and the other is to close the models. So the first thing is contact form.reset. To close the model, we need to create an instance equal to m.model.getInstance, and then we get the model add contact model, which we already created here, and then we use instance.close. And then if you remember, inside the models there is a paragraph with a class error which used to display the error. So we go to clear the error if actually there's no error. So we use contact form .querySelector and then .error .text content equal to empty string, and then contact form .querySelector .error .text content is equal to the error .message. To open the model, we need to add the model trigger at the class of the buttons. So we need to go to the index.html and we go to the fixed action button. And then we also have to add the link here. And since the ID is add contact models, so we have to use this ID as the link. So we back to the floating action buttons and paste the ID here, and then we go to delete the cache and refresh the page. And then we click on the button, it will pop up the form. Now we are going to add the name like John and then type some random number and then press add. And it will close the models. And there is nothing happen here because we haven't manipulated the DOM. But when we go to the Firebase, and you should see there should be a new data there. So we go to the firestore, and now there are 3 data, and this is the join that we just add.